So I feel like this Olympics, tons of hurdles, tons of obstacles, also still that triumphant spirit that we're used to with the Olympics. How does it feel being here on the ground, knowing all the things that have gone on so far? We're still just, what, week one?
Yeah.
I feel like the first story was fans, you know, how is everyone going to navigate, what's going to happen. I feel like the story now has gotten to where it should have been in the beginning, which is the athletes and what they're doing. I mean, you know, Katie Ledecky just swam the last leg of that relay. And you watched her come from behind and you're screaming and you're reminded of why we're here. Like, there are things that are making it difficult to cover. But at the end of the day, man, she touched that wall. She made that comeback. They got that silver. It was amazing. So I feel like that's what I'm thinking about now. It's not so much we can't get around or where are the fans. Like, who cares anymore?
Right.
And it's the surprises, you know, the come from behinds, the people that we weren't expecting to be the story, and now suddenly they are. And that's what the spirit of the Olympics is.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, Hoda, you talk about the fans. Can we all agree that all you need is one Hoda Kotb in the building? Y'all saw the video. I mean, it was like, was it a lunge you were doing?
You know, we were willing her.
Can you imagine if Haley and Hope are ever in gymnastics?
No banner from the video.
I know.
Exactly.
Not to be sedated.
I will say, though, the time change has been brutal for life back home. All of you have families. Have you been able to FaceTime with the folks and check in and do that kind of situation? Are you waking up in the middle of the night and like, okay, is it bedtime in New York now? Or?
I think it kind of works because it's exactly opposite. So, you know, in the morning, it's their night, you say night-night, and then it's the exact opposite. So, in a weird way, it kind of works.
Yeah. It has been. But we've had to schedule the FaceTimes more than usual. No spontaneous FaceTimes. So right after the show, I go up and we FaceTime, and they're having breakfast, and I'm getting ready for bed, and then 8 hours later, I do the same thing. So it's worked out so far.
Yeah, making it happen. Making it work, making the best of it, like the humidity. My skin has never been more dewy.
You have a real glow up here.
It is a lovely evening.
Nice breeze. That's not bad.
And speaking of breeze, Al, could this have been in your wildest dreams to land in Tokyo and we've got a typhoon heading your way?
Or as Savannah called it, a type fail, because it churned up enough stuff to help the surfers. But look, I've never been able to report on a typhoon before, so that was kind of exciting.
Yeah,
you know?
I'd say.
Yeah.
And speaking of exciting, this was one of the most I think exhilarating, at the same time heartbreaking gymnastics competition that I have ever seen. Hoda, tell me this, you were there in the stands rooting for our ladies. What did you think when you saw how, in particular, the Fighting Four really rallied to finish incredibly strong?
I mean, when you think about it, Simone is the only veteran. All the other girls have never been to the Olympics. They're 18, they're 19, they're 20, this is a first for them. To watch how one by one they stood up with the eye of the tiger. I mean, we saw Grace kill it on those uneven bars. We saw Suni get that focused. I mean, we watched Jordan, who had such a shaky beginning, nail it, nail it, nail it. It was like, who are these girls? So they had their moment. The first story was Simone isn't going to participate. The second story was, look what these girls can do on their own, and it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it was one of the things that we've been talking about, that Simone kind of taking a step back has put a spotlight on the other three on the team in ways that we maybe would not have been able to before. And they delivered, you know what I mean? It also made me think about the documentary that kind of led Simone's follow doc on Facebook that kind of led up to the games, and hearing her say things like, physically, I got this. I'm in great shape. My body can handle this. We're in drill mode. Mentally, I don't know if I can do this another day. And as parents, right, I'm asking you, because I thought about a young woman that maybe we misinterpreted her saying out loud, I don't know that I can do the thing that y'all want me to do and that I want to do. We misinterpreted that as like a Olympic toughness, while there may have been something else more dire going on, more serious going on.
Well, I think it was all right there. I think she was being incredibly honest, and it was all there in plain sight. And I think actually this shows how much strength she has, and she knows exactly who she is and exactly what she's capable of. And she, I think, was protecting her teammates because she felt if I can't perform at the level I need to in the team competition, it's not just on me, it's on them, and it takes away something from them. And I think also, you know, a lot of people have come to realize this. If you mess up in gymnastics, it's not just a bad score. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to her. It's life-threatening, literally.
You seen off of that vault? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Her trying to find herself. She talked about having the twisties where your mind and your body is not in sync. Could you imagine?
No.
Doing anything that you do?
I couldn't imagine doing any of that stuff. But to Savannah's point, I mean, if you step back and look at it objectively, I think what she did was selfless. You know, I mean, if she had pushed herself, and God forbid hurt herself, but even if she didn't hurt herself, she's going to hurt her team, and she recognized that. But I think one of the stories that's got lost, going back to what we were talking about earlier, the fact that without the greatest gymnast ever, you had the rest of the team that stepped up and pulled in a silver. Man, that's pretty remarkable.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
Remarkable. And it also, I've been talking about this with friends and coworkers also about the reality of a Naomi Osaka taking her mental health into, and her body, her agency of her own, into her own, maybe creating space for a Simone to also take agency, and then what that might do for our society, right? How we move forward.
I've got a daughter who's close to Simone's age and Naomi's age, and this generation, we've always heard from athletes, well, suck it up, just move through, power through. Well, this generation is saying, no, we don't have to do that. We don't need to do that. We need to take care of ourselves. What you thought was the way to go is not what we thought, and the Naomis and now the Simones are giving them license and power to do that.
And just like we spoke to Michael Phelps yesterday, this is a guy who's talked about his mental health a lot, but that was all post-Olympics. That was all after the fact. We didn't know what he was going through during it. And now I think it is kind of cool, like these kids are saying what's on their mind. How much guts did it take for her to say, I'm not going to continue? She knew all the eyes were on her. That took a special kind of courage.
And so now looking forward to the rest of the Olympics. I can't wait for track and field. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I can't wait to do, on your mark, get set. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The 200. Are you playing?
Did you run it in high school?
You know it.
Did you run it in college?
No, I didn't run it in
high school. That's all right. You just did high school.
How would we have known that?
You didn't want that from me.
I could tell.
Did you know Hoda Kotb was a track and field star?
I can tell right now. We can go right now.
And you know what?
Take a guess at what her event was.
What's her event?
You have one guess.
High jump.
No.
By the way, I love you for saying high jump.
If we gave you 12 guesses, you wouldn't get it.
No, you probably would. I was told that I'd be really well suited for the discus and the shot put.
That is a compliment, Hoda.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it in that moment? I don't know.
Hobo.
But it was fun. Yeah.
As we go, the folks are asking me, did you actually call J-Lo after the interview? Did you get the lowdown?
I did not call her after the interview, Scott.
Okay.
I just decided against it. That was just my own decision. I just decided it was a no.